Hi guys. I um I just launched some products and I'm so excited about it. And my excitement comes from not just helping others achieve what I achieved internally, but to make sure that the trauma that you've gone through, the generational curses that you've endured up till now are not transferred to our younger generation. We have to start planting the seeds early in their life and not wait until it's too late. When I think about not just the family trauma that I've gone through, but this might be a trigger, so trigger warning. The sexual assault that I've endured, and then knowing that it has happened to my own child, there's no way that I want this to touch my grandbaby. There's no way. So in order for that to happen, then as adults, we have to heal. We have to see the patterns. We have to break those patterns. And we have to choose a higher calling. Choose a higher perspective and live life on our own terms. Because the terms that I chose shouldn't have necessarily put me in those types of situations. And especially as a child. I've always had a heart that just loved people, that loved to help people as much as I could. I sacrificed hours and hours and hours and hours of my life. And if anyone is listening to me that has sat under my voice, has healed from my beingness, knows I'm not making it up. I'm not making it up. But that's because what's inside of me, I was born with it. And I never knew that I was gifted like that because I was never taught that. I was never treated like I was a gift anyway. I was just the person to fill in the gap for everyone else that mattered to me, the people that I really loved, you know. And it's time to stop. It's time to end that cycle of abuse, of familial toxicity, of lack. And it's nothing towards, you know, the humans in my life that presented that energy towards me. Did I like it? No. Do I love them? Yes, I will always, because that's who I am. But I'll no longer show up in those spaces and places with people that I know do not like me, are jealous of me, envy me, do not support me. And their energy feels like they hate me. Like I can feel that. Just like I can feel when someone loves me. I can feel it all. How could I not feel hate if I can feel love? It's just the opposite polarity. doesn't mean I can't feel it. So I have to choose to walk away from what doesn't feel good inside of me. And what I realize is that I'm at my best when I'm by myself. And that's why I've always been okay by myself. I grew up pretty much by myself. I'm the middle child. I'm a girl, the only girl. And I spent most of my time in my room. I grew up so fast that I never even experienced a childhood. And so I feel like that child again. I feel like I can create everything that I ever wanted without distractions and be completely at peace about it. I don't feel no ways about it. I just feel like my individuated self, the self that is so connected to God that nothing and no one can come between that, and never has been able to. I've always loved God, but I realized that God is in me. God is not outside of me. I'm not praying to someone or something to please come snatch me out of something, or please come help me in a situation. When I went inside and I started connecting to who I am, that I am presence, everything just started to make sense. I started to see more and more clearly. So, if you are someone that has been struggling and has been really desiring to break free of the chains that bind you, who have felt trapped and tied to situations that you just can't see how you can break loose from, in scenarios where people just have a chokehold on you, they don't want to release you, they don't want to allow you to grow, to become more, because that would mean you would be more than them. It's time to claim your sovereign authority, honey. Or homeboy. I want to make sure I don't leave my man out. But let me tell you, you deserve so much. And guess who deserves even more? The children. You know why? Because they are our future generations. They are our leaders. They are the ones that are going to be making decisions. We're going to leave this earth. And how are we going to leave it? Are we going to leave it in a better stance, in greater wellness, or are we going to add to its destruction? I hope that we would choose to leave it better than it was when we came. Offer something to the world that no one has ever seen before, but bring so much hope, so much love, so much inspiration, so much motivation, so much success internally first, because that's what matters the most. Realize that you are a living example of a God that loves all, of a God that wants to see all of us reach our highest calling. Ourselves, our true selves, our I am presence. Truly, not just saying I am statements and, affirmations. I love all of those. I use those. So you'll learn. You'll learn in my products, because yes, I literally did all of that too. But what I did that mattered the most was sat in the void. Embrace myself in the dark, what felt like the darkness. It was just time where it was just me and me. And I talked to the God inside of me. And God talked back. And so, my peace, my time, my energy is very valuable. And so, when I do my coaching sessions, just understand, if you're not ready for the call, if you're not ready to make a change, if you're not ready for forward movement, I will let you know that, and I won't coach you, because my time is very valuable. But when you are ready, this reminds me of a story. One of my children ended up on drugs. And a family friend, wanted me to go out there and get him. Let's go get him. But I've always told my child, if you choose a path that's not in alignment with who you are, if you choose a path contrary to how you were raised, I'm going to pray for you. I'm not going to come get you. If you end up in jail, I'm not the one to call. If you end up in jail because of something you chose to do that's harming not only yourself but someone else, I'm not the one to call, but I'm going to pray for you. And I'm going to pray that you finally make it out of that. And I held true to that. But when they asked me about going to get them, making me feel guilt and shame, as you know, it's one of the things that I endured. I went to get him, and he came. He got in the car, and we took him to. We were supposed to just take him to Community Bridges, and I believe Community Bridges was closed. I don't know. There was some reason why we couldn't get him there. But what I remember the most is that, because I wasn't driving, I was riding too. So we pulled up at a psych hospital, which I didn't even know that's what it was. But guess who knew? My son knew what it was. And he was livid. He was so mad. Because one thing about it, like, he's always had his head. He always had his head. He's always been smart. He's always been, he'll create, like my daughter said, he'll create words and give those words meaning. Like, he'll give you the meaning to them too. Like, he's very smart. And unfortunately, he endured some stuff in childhood too. This was before I understood it all. But once I did understand it, I declared that I was going to heal this crap inside of me. And as I healed, he was going to heal. And I stand here in declaration that is so. He is healed. He's with his beautiful family. They've had another child. Now he got a little puppy for Valentine's Day, a Pity Jeremy mix. But all that to say, he was very upset about being taken to that place, because he's seen his friends go into that place and never come out. And he spoke very clearly and precisely about it. He was so upset. So much, he don't abuse women. But that night, he was like, "Mama, you better get this lady. You better get this lady. Because she has lost her mind." And she's a social worker, mind you. But she's also attached to someone who is toxic to me and my son. Me and my son. Okay. But I wasn't seeing all these connections. These are the patterns you need to start understanding, seeing these things. I almost said collecting. We're not collecting patterns, honey. The pattern we're gonna collect is the pattern of healing, okay? But anyhow, because instead of taking him back to the street, we brought him home where I was staying, and he he was there for probably almost a week, and so much chaos was going on. But that place represents chaos. The person that owned it represents chaos. So it's like just this energy of chaos that exists inside structures, like certain places, certain homes, certain people. Like it's this entity, it's this energy. It's not necessarily the human, because most of them don't know better. You see, I said most of them. Some of them know very well what they're doing because they're conjuring things. But I'm not here for that story. What I'm here to say is that when I presented myself one day to him, he wasn't my son. He was not my son. And I had to just take some authority. There was no way I was getting ready to give my peace up. That's how I fight for my peace. I don't care who you are. My peace is more important. And so I talked to that spirit that was in him, that entity that had overcome him. And I told it, I said, you know what? I don't know who you are, but I want you to let my son know that when he's ready, he is welcome. When he's ready to come back to me, the door will always be open to him. But you have to leave. You are not welcome here. I didn't get any argument. I didn't get any pushback. No, nothing. He literally grabbed his stuff and he left. The next time I saw my son, he was off the streets. Do you understand? Wasn't doing that stuff no more. He's all nice and chunky again, even chunkier than he was. But it looks good on him. It looks good on him. So that's what I mean. Like, you have to own your energy. You have to know who you are. You have to stand in your authority and be sovereign, because you are. And how can you get there? The links are in the description or listed below. Try the PDF first, then take the masterclass. And if you feel like you need my physical attention, my physical being, the energy that I carry to show up in your space, in your presence, my I am presence meeting your I am presence and breaking the chains, then schedule a session, a discovery call first, because like I said, I don't take everyone. You have to be ready. You really have to be ready. And for anyone who's like carrying the pain of the past and you just can't seem to release it, or it's just inside of you, you haven't really spoken about it, I promise you, when you speak about it, it will fall. It has no authority once you acknowledge it. But as long as you allow it to sit in the secret places of your heart, it's just going to eat at you. It's just going to eat at you. So allow your voice to be your instrument of healing. Let's talk about it. Truly. All right. From my heart to yours, I love you all. Bye.